As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Say hello to my little friend.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
A boy's best friend is his mother.
Hey, don't laugh. My best friend was my mom too.
Yo, you acting up with that one. That's wild.
Word, it's your boy Cisco Reyes.
It's your boy Malik Barnhart. What's going on?
And we are
Acting
Up.
Up.
Yeah.
Woo, we need bells and whistles. Yeah.
You can tell you from East Coast.
Yeah.
You gotta put a block of shots after everything. I used to go into my auditions and I used to do my slate. They'd be like, "Tell us who you are." I'm like, "Cisco Reyes." Blah, 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 blah. And they'd be like, "What?" Block of shots.
They'd be like, "What? Oh, thank you, sir. Have a good day."
Nah, I booked a lot of those because that was crazy. That was when I finally stopped choking on being myself. You know what I mean? Like, I used to go in auditions and be like, "Hi, Cisco Reyes profiles." And I'd walk out and be like, "Who was that guy? Who was that guy? That's not him."
Right.
Hey, I know a lot of people know who you guys are, but you guys should tell them who you are, what you've done. Like, for the people that
Well,
don't,
first of all,
only
who the hell are you?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, who are you, a ghost?
Yeah. I'm a bitter nigga. You know what I mean? I'm a bitter nigga.
Bitter nigga.
Oh, bitter nigga. Okay. I like that.
I mean, explain who you are for the 5 people on earth who don't know.
Man.
Well, Cisco, I'm gonna let you go first. You know.
No. I insist, ladies first.
But I over insist you should go first.
Just like a woman. Nah, man, yo, check it out. You know, if y'all may know me, Cisco Reyes, y'all may not, and it's all good in the hood. But I've been out in Hollywood for about putting in work for about 20 years plus.
20.
Yeah, 20 strong years. You know what I mean? Like my SAG says 1999.
Wow. So that's when you moved out here in 99?
98, November 98.
Wow.
Yep. And it took me 1 year to get my SAG. But nah, you know, I've been in all types of movies, TV, and all that good stuff. I got a film company called Melting Pot Entertainment, but you know, that's y'all hear more about me throughout the time. Yo, Malik, you know, who the hell are you?
Shit, I'm Malik Barnhart from Newark, New Jersey. NEW Jersey with plenty, you know, all that stuff occur. Yeah, you know, I moved out here in about 98, 99 myself, so I've been on my, you know, I'm on my 20th.
Y'all
you
was
know.
on the same bus.
Yeah.
I took Southwest.
Oh,
Southwest.
okay.
I took people. What was it? Continental. I flew out.
Continental.
Yeah, remember Continental.
They still. Is that TWA?
Nah, United took over Continental.
Oh, no wonder they're so bad.
So yeah, I came out here in the late 98, early 99, pursuing an acting career. You know, did a host of videos to get on. You know, it took me a lot longer to get my SAG card. I didn't get it till like 2004.
Because the videos don't give you extra vouchers.
No.
Nah, yo, but for real, yo, this cat Malik was the first video fixing.
No, Dixon. Video Dixon.
Yo, just do a quick rundown of all the videos you did. Come on, just spit them off. Come on,
Let's
rapid
see.
fire,
Hold up.
rapid
Let's
fire.
see. Ja Rule, 50 Cent, Eminem, Mobb Deep, Destiny's Child, Beyonce. Man, it's so.
All
many.
right, yeah,
I can't remember.
too much dead air. Too much dead air.
Can't remember. It's
What
been a
about
while.
videos that didn't make the air?
It's been a while. Oh, I even did a Maya video when I was on roller skates.
That was my first.
Wait, you met Maya?
Roller skates.
Hey, listen.
You met Maya?
Hey, come on.
That was my first video. Maya and Jadakiss.
That was my first.
Pizza Me.
Jadakiss wasn't in this one. It was just Maya.
You know, Jay-Z did this. They did the same song, but it was like 2 different remixes. Jadakiss did one, Jay-Z did one.
Right. See, now I'm remembering stuff. Jay-Z, brush off your shoulders. I
Yo,
remember that one.
Maya, I was the bartender in the scene. And behind me, let's say this was the bar, everybody's sitting there, the camera's coming through, and it's on the Rolls Royce that's behind me.
Right.
Through a window.
Right.
And so, in between takes, I'm like, hey, look at me. I'm what's that movie with Tom Cruise? Type cocktail. Hey. And I take the cocktail shaker and I shake it. The top, I wasn't holding the top, so the metal top flew through and it was slow motion going towards the Phantom. And everybody was like,
Oh shit!
And it's and it hits the leather because it's a drop top. It hits the leather right like in the back seat, but then bounces up.
Oh, that's not good.
Ding! Right on the paint. Everybody was like, Jada Kiss would turn around like, oh, what the fuck? And I was like, meanwhile, everybody, all the other extras, they looking at me like, oh, a bunch of snitches.
Right.
And I was like, oh, what happened? What happened? And they're like, who did that? And they're like, well, it's okay. So whoever did that, don't do that again. It's like, oh.
Man, that's crazy. Yeah, you had to be scared shitless. I'm telling you.
Yo, my first time on a set, I think in California, and I was like, oh, this is not good. This is not gonna work out too well for me. The funny thing is, that's when first day I met that whole Suspect Entertainment.
Oh, I remember them, the gangsters.
They were all the Mexican gangsters. You know what I mean? The
you had to do like 5 years in prison.
Exactly.
You had to have your first shooting when you was 12.
Be a part of 18th Street Gang, all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah, no.
They was cool.
Shout out to a lot of them because all them cats like have blown up. Like all the TV shows.
Wasn't Danny Trejo with them?
Maybe not. Danny Trejo was definitely doing his thing way before Suspect. But you know, Noel G. Shout out to Noel G. Was Emilio? I'm not sure if Emilio was
Emilio definitely was with them because I remember seeing Emilio told me about it.
My man, man, there's so many of them. The cats with the tattoos all over their face, like they in everything right now. They killing the game. Yo, shout out to everybody that came out, and also Nancy Chavez agency. She was the go-to agency for Latinos and just like
if you had a record. If you had a record.
And I was with her.
He was
I
on
didn't have
parole.
any record. I had a record on screen.
So who are they? That's the ones that did the Mexican, the gang shoot?
Oh man,
all
every video, every TV show.
You can tell the difference when they came out though in the Mexican gang.
Oh no, they were real.
They kept it real.
No, them cats.
Before them, it was
you know what their whole thing was? It was, yo, we're real. Like, you're gonna hire somebody and paint tattoos on them. You're gonna hire Cisco and then put tattoos on them and have him act like a cholo, or you want us?
You might as well hire my homie
tears.
Pointy Shoes.
These tears are real, eh? And I ain't crying. At least
Nah,
not no more.
Them was all my peoples. Emilio, shout out to Emilio. Shout out to Suspect
Next Day
Talent.
Air, Bodega
Yes,
from
sir.
Next Day Air,
Yes,
baby.
sir.
And
What's my
everything
other man name? Bodega.
Bodega.
Shout out to Bodega. That's my man too. Bodega? Oh, wait a minute. Emilio was Bodega.
Bodega
Ain't
was.
that a store in
What
New
about,
York?
what's his name? Rhino. What's my man name?
You
got a name like that.
Come on, yeah. See, now I'm gonna have to go up, man.
Yeah, you gotta Google that, man.
Well, it sucks to be him if he's your friend.
Yeah, no, wait.
Who are you?
Damn, you said Rhino. That keeps on repeating in my head. Look, we're gonna get it, and when we do, look, my
Clearly
apologies.
not your best friend.
My apologies, because a number of respect, baby. But nah, you know what? Check it out. So you're in the Acting Up Cat podcast right now, and
Cisco, I got a question.
what's the question, man?
When did we meet? 'Cause I just remember knowing you, and now we sitting here. I mean, we did a lot of stuff. I mean, but when did we meet?
Definitely, yo. My car had broken down, and I was pushing it, and Malik was hitchhiking. So I told him I'd give him a ride as long as he helped me push. So I was like, yo, you help me push, I'll give you a ride. He's like, but your car's broke down. I was like, hey, what do you want?
Beggars can't be choosy, huh?
Exactly.
What are you gonna do over here?
Nah, speaking of videos, to me, in my mind, this is how we met. We were on the set of I think Benny Boom was directing, and it was cars were blown up in the background. I think it was like a DMX Mob Deep joint, and that's what it was. It was in between time. Well, on the video set, it's always in between time.
Right.
And so we went there and hopped in somebody's truck, and we were about to blaze one up. And my man Chain Main from Brooklyn and all that, and Malik hopped in the back seat, and I was like, and he's like, hey, that's Cisco, my man Cisco, boom. That's Malik, he's from Jersey. Oh, okay, what's up? And Malik just kind of looked at me like, yeah, and like,
Nah, cause you know what it was. It was, you know what? It wasn't your fault. Honestly, it was Chae-Ming's fault. Because Chae-Ming was all jipper and all that shit. He had the long braids with the beard. And he had the deep voice and all that. I think he called you his brother. Because y'all both had the braids with the little light beard thing happening.
Well, we were booking stuff left and right together.
I didn't like y'all. I don't like that shit.
You know why? Because Chae-Ming wore tank tops and so did you.
Yeah.
I think it was a tank off or something. But Malik wasn't the friendliest guy, you know what I mean? He was like straight out of one of the mom movies. Like, you felt like if I was in the front seat in front of him, he would have strangled me to death.
Hey, listen, all I know is like, he with you. Who's this guy? Who's this guy? He with you.
Yeah, it should have been good. Once you're with him, you're with him. Donnie Brasco, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's how in my mind we met. You might have a different recollection.
Yeah. No, I just remember like coming to your crib when you was over like at North Hollywood. It was like a college dorm. It was always a party. Spades, games, this, that, people running in and out. And I had to be there. I was a fixture on the wall. I think I stayed there. You didn't even know it.
It would be, Malik's the type of cat that like, you just look and it's like, who's that guy in the corner? Be like, it's Malik. Oh, it's Malik. Why has he been in the corner? Like, he knows us. Why didn't he come say hello? Malik, well, you know, I don't want to, y'all were playing dominoes and, you know, I don't want y'all were playing Rock Band and I don't want to.
I'm missing too. Oh, yeah, y'all used to go heavy on the Rock Band.
Yo, Rock
heavy.
Band, yo.
That was a big deal.
After hours at the crib till 4 or 5 in the morning. But I mean, that's why all the chicks came over. Yo, me and my man, we kept these California Pizza Kitchen, Pizza Kitchen, whatever the hell, CKP.
Right.
CPK, and I put shrimp on top of them and everything, and wow, they used to think we ordered. Like, where did you guys order this from? Oh my gosh! And we always kept the drinks on deck and the blaze, and we had the Rock Band
right.
But it was. The Rock Band had the drums.
Right, because that's why I invented Jody on the drums.
Jody on the drums. Shout out to Jody Jones, you know.
Word
up. But yeah, you know, those were fun times. Like, it's much different now.
How so?
You know, I mean, I think the focus is different, man. You know what I mean? Like, we came out here, we had a lot of fun. I mean, even though you thought you were doing something when you're doing like the videos and stuff like that, there's always another level to this shit. And you know, I was a promoter. I was like, yo, I was great at it. You know what I mean? I was working with a photographer, and it was just like, okay, I'm good. I shoot models during the daytime, and I hang out with them at night.
That's dope.
You know what I mean?
That's
but then
dope.
after a while, I was like, wait a minute.
Why the fuck would you shoot a model?
I was like, why? What would I come out here for? I'm not doing what I was meant to do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I just had to refocus, man. I had to refocus, and I think when our first years out here, we all fall into that trap. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with it because finding your foundation here in California or just anywhere you move to, the first year or two is usually the roughest.
Right.
So it's bouncing maybe from couch to couch, crib to crib, you know, bus to train to car to rental to car. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whatever you can do to survive. You know what I mean? From fast food to slice of pizza, and then you know once you finally find your crew, what you're gonna do, and you find that groove, it's like, hey. You feeling yourself, and you know what I mean?
Man,
like,
I found myself driving around like, what the hell am I doing here? I used to be crying driving around in my car like, what the fuck is this? This is stupid.
Like Ving Rhames?
Whose idea was this? Yeah.
I can see Malik.
well, you know, like prior to '98, you know, I was working at Fat Farm for Russell Simmons, and I was going to NYU for continuing education classes and taking Stanislavski method. No, I guess it's the GED of college because it's like, okay, you got a diploma, you can come here, but you're not going to be an alumni. You just get some continuing education classes based on what you're interested in.
You could continue to learn if you want, but
right.
we're not gonna.
You're not gonna get
no credit for that.
You won't get a letter on your jacket, no. but it was
get an F.
But it was cool because I used to go down to the Comedy Cellar and I used to perform in the
village.
Yeah, our class we would go down. Our improvisation.
Oh, for Bleecker?
Yeah, we used to go to the Comedy Cellar and we used to perform. And I remember it distinctly. It was me and this white kid. We were the best at improv. I used to do the Italian voices. They used to love it. He's like, this little black kid, he does a great mob voice. So that's where it started. And then Russell heard about it because I used to always talk about acting. So one day he said, Malik, what are you doing back there? Come on.
Hey,
It's a story.
What's going on here?
Not my baby, sorry. Not my baby.
Come on, man. Keep it good. Keep it cool.
I'm going to the hospital.
Russell called me into his office, and he told me, he said, yo, and Russell, he's like, yo, nigga, listen, you should go to California and be a beach bum. I don't care what you do, nigga, but you should go out there because you can't work for me your whole life. You're going to be mad at me if you don't become no actor. Go out there and do your thing.
Be a beach bum instead of working for
That's what
Russell.
he said. I turned around and was like, what the fuck is he talking about? But he wrote me a check. He wrote me a nice check.
So get out of here.
So I moved out here.
Fuck all that. Russell said nigga.
Oh, all the
No, man.
Russell from Queens. Come on, you talking about Russell, nigga? That's from Queens.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, I moved out there based off of that. I met one person that said, look, you can meet my dad. He'll show you around. And that's kind of how I planted here. So when he showed me around, you know what he did? He showed me around. You know what he did? He said, the mountains are north. And then you can figure it out. Just when you see the mountains, that's north. And then you north, south, east, west, whatever. I was like, what the fuck is that? We don't use that back home in the East Coast. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the East River's that way. Brooklyn's east and Jersey's west.
So somebody hooked me up and said, yo, go meet with this chick, this lady. She's a casting director. Her name is Anissa Williams. She was doing a DMX video.
Don't let me lose my mind.
I'm not gonna make me lose my mind.
Over there in Koreatown.
In Koreatown, at that, Ray J came
Yo,
through.
son, that was.
Irv Gotti was there.
Now that I think about it, that was my
Which
first video.
That's my first video. Nigga, I called my mom's
That
and I
was
started
you?
crying because I was like, yo, they got the camera
That was
out.
him. I was like, I called my mom and I was like, there's a guy in the corner crying. Nah, real talk.
That was my first video.
Club Privé.
Yes.
Off of Western Avenue.
Yeah.
Western and Wilshire.
They trashed the video. It was a young dude named, one of his people was doing, he was the director.
Nah, Dave Myers.
It wasn't Dave Myers at first. It was this other kid named Son. I forget his name. He was the director.
I thought that was Dave Myers
Yeah.
that directed that.
Hey,
shit.
fuck all that. Y'all met DMX?
Come on, son.
Oh.
I mean,
I was on the,
no, but
Listen, I used to intern at Def Jam, so yeah.
yeah, but real talk. When it came to videos, I ain't give a shit or not a net about who was in the video because you up in there and you like, yeah, I'm getting paid $100, $150 just to be in the background, but I'm getting paid to hang out with all these chicks all day long. And then there goes the cool cat from East Coast, and he keeps on asking me to smoke a blunt. And then there goes this person. And
It was a fun time.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, man, we did a Redman, a Christina Aguilera, Let's Get Dirty video.
Y'all met Redman?
Yo, no, Red, yeah, Red good people. Yeah, shout out to Redman. You know what I mean?
Shout out to
But
Reggie Noble.
Reggie Noble. But who is it? Yeah, we said, you know what? We didn't want to be in the video this time, and we just went back. Me, this other cat, and this chick. She had a knapsack full of 40s. I didn't even drink. Wow. I was like, they still drink 40s? I had a ready-made cranberry and vodka, and then he just had the loud, Seattle KD. Y'all already know. If y'all know that name, y'all know what I'm talking about.
That ain't the Branson?
It might as well. Shout out to Seattle KD. He always got that fire. But very good dude. But yeah, we just got lit. And we used to sign into one video and go to another video and sign in. So Redman was doing a video, we'd sign in, and then go over to Mariah Carey.
I got some funny shit. Remember this guy?
Paid from both.
That video circuit, there was a guy, Scotty's Bodies. You come in, he look at you. Oh yeah, you're on. You're on. All you had to do is just be cool, dress cool. He always hired you. Scotty and his partner, Dave. Scotty and Dave, the black dude.
Black dude
Dave. He always had the vouchers.
He had his vouchers. I don't remember, but I do remember Scotty's Bodies, and I definitely worked for him.
Yeah, for sure. Yo, I did a Wu-Tang video in the desert for a week long. It was a week-long shoot. Yeah, we did 2 videos. It was me,
Malik was always the featured guy. He was the main guy. He was the love interest. Me, I was just the guy in the back of the club. And so during the video, if you see me go... and then I disappear. That was me. Malik was the guy in slow motion that was like,
nah, you know what it was? I had all the clothes. I had all the cool Fat Farm gear. So when I used to come with my Timbs and my Fat Farm gear, they was like, "Oh, he look," because they used to always do New York scenes.
You had
a
bigger
New York
wardrobe
scene.
budget than they did.
Yeah, exactly. That's how that works.
They shoot Cali scenes in New York.
Wait a minute, you said
You
that
said he was
back.
out here and they're shooting all New York scenes.
Oh.
What the fuck would we do in California?
Got dyslexia.
Well,
Nah, but they
you
do.
had New York rappers in the synopsis of the video. They were in New York, maybe a balcony or
Well,
whatever.
Bixel Street is where
Yeah.
they got fire escapes.
Escapes. That's
So,
there you
so
go.
they shoot down in Bixel down in Koreatown, try to make that look like New York. Matter of fact, on that same street they shot Hard Knock Life, I believe. No, it not in the Hard.
here?
It was a Jay-Z video, and they shot it out here.
No, that's actually. Is that Memphis Bleak's video? Is that your chick? Not Memphis Bleak,
It
but what's
might
that?
be one of
I was in
those.
that video too. Is that your chick? That's the Missy Elliott. And just bum, bum, bum,
Yeah,
bum,
yeah,
bum.
yeah, yeah.
Is that your bit? Yeah, that was on Bixel.
See,
Yeah, I thought all the New York videos was in New York.
yo, I came out here and they were like, yes, New York NYPD Blue shoots on the Fox lot over there in Culver City. Seinfeld shoots out here. CSI New York that I was on, that shot over there on CBS Radford, over there in Studio City. I was like, what?
I saw that Everybody Hates Chris.
And I was out here.
Yeah.
They had a half a train, and there was like 10 grips on the outside shaking the train. but you know, it's whack because, you know, you think in a way, like when you book it, you're like, oh, I'm going to New York. I'm going back home.
Go back to the city.
Yeah. I'm going to be filming. Yeah. And call my niggas. And nah.
Yo, Cisco, what was your first movie role?
Oh my God. My first movie role was back in Baltimore. Oh man, Barry's Gift. Or Hacks. It was one of the two. There was an independent film when independent film was taking off in Baltimore, like when Homicide: Life on the Street was out, and I was still at Morgan State and studying film and TV and all that stuff, and I had my own show called CPR Productions, CPR, Crazy Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I seen it on a throwback the other day on Instagram.
But once I started doing that, I started getting like the bug for acting too, and I was like, yo, how can I get into it? And so everything I went on, since I was like the only Puerto Rican, the only Latino dude that was in Baltimore, basically, because Baltimore either black or white. Right. And man, I started booking a lot of stuff, and there was this one movie. It was a horror movie, Barry's Gift, and it was about this dude who went there and what do you call it? He brought people back to life, and so when his girlfriend died, he brought her back to life, and it didn't turn out too well. She started to fall apart. and then the crazy thing, I think it might be this other movie called Hacks, where it was like in Baltimore, you just drive around and say, hey, you need a ride? And this is way before Uber. Uber wasn't even a fart at the time. Wow. You know what I mean? And people used to just like, yo, damn, I need gas. They drive up to somebody, you know what I mean, at the bus stop, like, yo, anybody going to the west side? I got you. $5. You know what I mean?
Like the dollar van in Brooklyn.
Yeah, gypsy cabs in New York. But like gypsy cabs, you knew who the gypsy cabs were. Out there, it just could be anybody, and you could get kidnapped, but
killed.
Probably killed if you're lucky. Kidnapped, you're still alive, and you just don't want to.
Wait a minute, killed if you're lucky? What kind of luck is that?
I don't want to be trapped in nobody's trunk or closet.
Hey, wait a minute. You got to do it on your own time, bro.
Hey, R. Kelly was trapped in the closet. Like I said, I'd rather be in. But yeah, so I did those, and those were shot on like black and white film. It was like if they didn't have enough money to do your second take, this is all you got. This is it. We're out of film, Cisco. Like I had a big like death scene in one movie, and like, I should kill everybody out here. I should kill everybody. This little kid, I had a little kid hostage. He's not gonna make it. He's gonna die anyway. I should kill him now. And they were like, okay, scratch all that. Just run out the store and you're gonna get shot. That's all we got time for. That's all we got enough film for.
Damn, they shoot on film?
What? It stopped.
Okay. we're gonna just take a pause for the cause.
Oh, that was just a pause. It's all
Oh, this guy.
It's all good. I don't know.
This
I don't
is
know what
wrong,
happened.
folks. A word to the wise. Any kids out there trying to do your own podcast, never let a guy with muscles do your engineering. If he has more muscles than you, he's probably not the guy. He's not into sound that much. Guys who do sound are skinny and frail. Usually
And they wear
tall.
glasses.
And their name is O.
With a ponytail.
Don't let anybody who looks like this. No, we rocking. We still on a roll. All right, we still acting up. I just want to tell y'all a little something about acting up real quick. You know what I mean? So y'all gonna see a whole lot of, you know, not to sound cliche, but acting up. We're gonna be talking about the business, the film industry, TV. We're gonna have all types of guests like actors, producers, casting directors,
All that.
you know, everybody that may have some kind of story to tell, something inspirational. We want to inspire you guys. We want to intrigue. We want to spark your interest. Anybody who has questions about how to get into this business, where you should start at.
Right.
And of course, you know, we got old school stories, but you know what? We're going to have guests on here that are going to just come straight off, you know, right straight into fame. You know, I mean, those cats, those Instagrammers. I mean, maybe, I don't know.
Nah, we got to put
Okay, fine.
Everybody. Because you know what? It's not, I mean, we know the actor, but it's not just the actor. All the bells and whistles apply.
The journey.
Yeah.
It's about the journey and how you get to where you want to go. So we definitely want to make sure that's clear when y'all see it. Right now, you know, our guest is in Sundance, so we just decided to pop one off. And
hey, wait, pause on that one. Wait a minute.
Oh,
Hold on, wait a minute. Hey, I did that last night. I don't know where this guy. I don't know where you're going with this one. Who bought him here? I don't know.
I'm not. Look, I can't even say I'm not gonna touch that because then you're gonna say pause. Then you're gonna say pause again. All right. The only pause we had was about a couple minutes ago in our show. All right. So look. Oh, but you know what? I think right now would be a great time to talk about our sponsor.
Oh yeah, we got sponsors already. First show.
Yeah. UniteThePeople.org. These cats are a nonprofit that help people get out of jail. You know, nonviolent offenders. All types of different people. Help.
I'm looking it up right now. It looks like they do the resentencing acts.
Oh, they do.
Enhancements.
They work on prison reform.
At a third of the cost of the attorney.
Enhancement acts. All that. If you have a loved one that got wrongfully accused, and just sitting in there, they can fix their problems and they can get you a great lawyer that at an affordable price. You know what I mean? That's what they do. They help people get out of sticky binds.
Right. A team of attorneys that are willing to help the community. It's a nonprofit, a 501(c)(3), and it looks like they're doing a lot of good stuff. They have a lot of celebrity endorsements here.
A whole lot of celebrities endorsements, but I mean, it's a very, very beautiful organization. And they're helping people. If you have a loved one that's incarcerated, make sure that you reach out to UniteThePeople.org, and they can definitely help you in your situation, your loved one out, and it's just a beautiful thing that they're doing.
You know what? That's kind of dope because speaking of which, you know, I can relate to this. You know, I went to prison.
What?
But I didn't have WeThePeople.org. UniteThePeople.org.
UniteThePeople.org.
You know, to help me in my situation. You know, I wrote everybody. I wrote Benjamin Chavis when he was the head of NAACP, talking about my fair mistreatment in there. You know, I was going through a lot. But, you know, I made it out.
How long did you do?
I did 5 years.
Wow, that's amazing that you were able to go from there to here. Like, back then, going through those 5 years, would you have ever thought of you'd be at this point in your life, hundreds of movies in, worked with numerous A-list stars, been all over the world? What was your mind frame when you were going through that?
Well, when I was in prison, I learned about Charles Dutton, how he was in prison and he became an actor. And while he was in prison, he had these acting troupes and they used to do plays. So I used to try to get cats to round up cats and say, yo, let's do some acting, because I was always on this acting kick, you know. Nobody was interested. They laughed. You know, it was like more like jokes.
Square.
So, we do a little playing around. But you know what? When it comes to our people, black people in the hood, all you got to do is start talking Italian. Everybody want to chime in. So that's how I used to get people. That's how I used to get people on my side.
You thought you were one of the good fellas.
Hey, listen, I was one of those guys. Joey will tell you. It was me, Joey, Sal.
What about Tony and Vito?
No, Tony. You know, Tony's a rat. You know, Tony's a rat.
Tony's a rat. I thought
And
Vito
his,
was the rat.
and his wife is a whore.
Oh,
his wife
shit.
is a whore. I swear to God.
Hey, be careful. When I told, the people that are named in this show have nothing to do with people in real life. I was just watching The Irishman, and there's a Tony. There's 3 Tonys. As a matter of fact, there's 4 Tonys.
There's a lot of Tonys on the Irish.
There's Vitos. There's none of these characters
those
are real.
guys, those guys paint houses, so I'd stay away from them if I was you. I would.
You don't never want to get your house painted by an Italian.
The rat knows who.
So UniteThePeople.org. We need a big sign. We need a commercial, man. We need something.
Oh yeah.
to
You know
represent
what?
that.
If we have time, hopefully we can throw that up in there, the commercial, so y'all can see UniteThePeople.org.
And you know what? You can if you both snap your fingers at the same time.
I'm Slink Johnson, star of Adult Swim's Black Jesus.
This Method Man right here, and I support the great folks over at UniteThePeople.org.
Unite the People was very instrumental in helping me get this petition together to get my husband resentenced.
But yeah, make sure y'all check them out because they're definitely doing great things in the community. So, yo, Malik, coming this far, you've been incarcerated. You've made it through it. You've went through the whole. How did you even get into this business from there to here? How did you even get into this?
Well, while I was in prison, there was a woman who I used to correspond with, and she wanted to help me when I got out of prison. So I told her that I wanted to be a dental assistant.
You?
Because I was too. Yeah, I really
Can you
did.
imagine this bitch
Open your mouth wider.
Looking down your windpipe.
Talking about spit. Nah.
Yo, I only said that because I was too embarrassed to say I wanted to be an actor. So it was when I got out.
Saying you wanted to be a dental assistant is more embarrassing.
But it was something I was thinking about because it sounded more stand up and it sounded like something cool. Like
so you actually thought you could be
a
dental
for
assistant.
sure.
You saw Hangover.
100%. Yeah. But then when I got out, I was like, look, what I really want to be is an actor. And she said, oh, really? You know what I mean?
Is this your PO or who is this?
No, this was. See, this is a story. Okay, so
He was banging.
not at all. So while I was doing good time in prison, I got to work off site.
You did good times?
Yeah,
They shot in your prison.
I played James Evans.
Nah, you were the guy that robbed JJ. But they never showed him. He's like, Dad, I got robbed.
For sure. Yo, so basically when she started corresponding with me and she got a special request, a visit request, from the superintendent to come visit me. She came to visit me, so we sitting across the table. The superintendent comes in and say hi, meets her, walks away. She gave me a CD. And she said, I want you to listen to this CD. It's a African jazz. I want you to listen to this. It's inspiring. I was like, okay. When I went back to the dorm, Internal Affairs, they raided the dorm and they raided me. They locked me up and they put me in Ad Seg. So I got my one phone call. I called my mom. I was like, Mom, listen.
What's Ad Seg?
Ad Seg is segregation.
Oh, of course.
Being segregated from the public.
Where's the ad came from?
Oh, I forget ads.
Additional segregation.
You know what? It could be. You know what? It's been so long. I forgot purposely. So my mother called the state. I gave her name. My mother called the state. She tracked her down.
Clarence.
So this woman This woman worked for the governor's office, Christine Whitman at the time. Governor.
I definitely heard that name before.
She made a call there. They got me out of Ad Seg, but they wouldn't give me my status back. So they wound up paroling me like 6 months later. She kept in touch with me.
This is after the 5 years.
This was during the 5 years.
You should have called
prison.
Should have called Unite the People.
No,
Should have called Unite the People.
I know. I wish they would have created that. Yeah. So you know, and she would still come visit me. And she would bring me pizzas and stuff, and the COs and the inmates, she'd be like, yeah, you fucking her, yeah. She probably married.
I'm saying that shit.
I'm saying that shit now. I was a white woman. I never had white friends or any white women knew anybody.
They thought you were hitting it and not snitching?
They thought I was hitting it. She wasn't the police.
I'm thinking he's hitting it now. I knew he hit it.
No, I
didn't.
didn't.
Tell me different.
I did not. So when I got out, she was outside the prison waiting. When I got out, it was her and one of my best friends.
Hit it.
She gave me $175.
Oh, you hit it.
Listen, hit it. $175.
She gave me $175. I gave her a hug. She said, "I'm gonna pick you up one of these days, and I'm gonna take you around." Blah 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 blah. 4 days later, I got robbed at gunpoint for that $175 with the gun on the back of the head.
You said 4 days later?
Hey, what color was the guy that robbed you?
Hold up. She gave him $175 when he got out. He said 4 days later, somebody robbed him for that $175. You didn't spend none of that shit?
Because listen, because I'm
You
from
buy
the
yourself
block.
a
See,
beer,
here's the
some
thing.
pussy,
I'm from the block. When I came home,
You didn't buy
everything was there.
more work.
I didn't have to buy nothing.
Right.
That's what it is when you're from the block. I'm from the block, 18th
Right.
Avenue. You know what I'm saying? Isabella, Melrose. I'm from the block. When I came home, they
Melrose
bought me
Avenue?
clothes.
Melrose Place?
Nah, not that much. Melrose with a not this Melrose. It's a different Melrose.
He was buying shirts.
So I kept that. I had that $175 in my pocket. Me and my cousin, we get robbed at gunpoint. They make us turn around, get on our knees, plant the gun in the back of the head, twist it.
All that?
All that.
Wait, did they have a mask on?
No mask. I don't know because I'm
You
gonna look
must
at
be
it.
dead then. If there's
No,
mask
what I
on
told
it.
no, what I told him was I
That's
said,
what I'm saying.
listen, brother. I just did 5 years in prison. I got
Assalamu
$175 in my pocket. Could you please take it? And he went in my back pocket. He took it. And
Well, you asked him to take
and he
it.
said some good looking shit. He said some slick shit,
Right.
and they pull off. But the thing is, this woman, you know, she started taking me out to New York, and I confided in her that I wanted to be an actor. She started taking me
Did
to
you
both
tell her
places.
that you got robbed?
I did tell her I got robbed.
Did she give you
What did
another
she say?
$174?
She put $275.
I would have told her I got robbed next week.
I'm just playing.
Bill?
Keep getting robbed.
No. I could call her tomorrow. You know, I just got robbed for $175,000.
He's been running that scam for the past
No.
30 years.
No, those are my people. She know I love her. That's my people's. Word up. Word up.
Okay, but let's like you know, how did you get to
So,
your first
okay.
joint?
So, basically, she got me enrolled at NYU. She got me hooked up at Fat Farm just by writing me a resume saying I did all this work for 5 years. I got an interview at Fat Farm. I was in the warehouse. I got in the store. I became the manager in a short time. Russell, he liked me. You know what I mean? I used to have his cars when he would go away. So he gave me some money to fly out here, and that's when I moved out here.
Wait, hold up. I thought you well from what I heard through the grapevine.
Okay.
From some little people from the Wizard of Oz, they said that you had went to go do being like went to Long Island and you know.
Yeah, see that's a rewind story. That's before. That was right before.
You want to hear the creation. You don't want to hear the.
So I made up a headshot. When I was in
it
Jersey.
your mugshot?
No, it was a headshot. It was a headshot.
Yo, when he got
a mugshot, you idiot.
You see I'm sitting in the end.
When he got released,
You
he was like,
are-
he's like, could you print that out for me? 8 by 10. 8 by 10. And could you put my rap sheet on the back? That's gonna be my resume. That's gonna be my
Yeah! That's stupid. No, you got no. No, what I used to do when I first came home, before I got the job at Fat Farm, I used to go to I was working in this bean pie factory at night.
Bean pie, my brother?
Bean pie, my brother. And I used to put the bean pie crush in the pan at night. So when I get off in the morning, I used to catch the bus. I'd go home for maybe an hour. I used to catch the bus to New York, and I used to take this headshot, and I used to go to all the clothing lines, because I was like, okay, the way to get in is to be a model.
So I was going to say you're a model?
Yeah, I wasn't a model, but I used to say I was a model because I was trying to get in.
Because he had the 6-pack straight at it. This is a real
There was this clothing line called Shabazz Brothers. So I used to always go to them because they were the coolest out of everybody. So I was getting on their nerves.
African dudes?
Black dudes, not African. I'm not sure.
He said.
So they said,
They look alike, though.
they said to me, they said, you want to be in a music video? I was like, yeah. They're like, okay, there's this rapper A+. You got to go to Long Island. You got to be there at 6 in the morning. So I went. I get up early to get to Long Island at 6 in the morning. I never been to Long Island before. Yeah, from Jersey.
So you had to take the path?
I had to take the path to the shit to the
LIR.
Exactly. I get there at about 7 in the morning. I think I'm late. I don't see nothing that looks like a video shoot. So I wound up staying there till around like maybe 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock, these two dudes come walking up. And one of them I noticed. I'm like, oh, that dude is an actor. He's from
That sounds like a power show.
No, he's an actor. He's from that one movie. I can't think of the movie now, but I know the name, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know the name. I know the face. Mm-hmm. So they come up to me. They like. I'm like, y'all doing a video here, right? He's like, yeah. He's like, this is so and so, and I'm so and so. I'm the director. He's the such. I'm like, okay, cool. Shabazz Brothers, they say, he's like, oh, Shabazz Brothers, oh, you with wardrobe. Okay, cool, you got the wardrobe. Okay, look, this is what we gonna do. We gonna go get something to eat. I'm like, huh?
And they said,
no wardrobe.
fuck it. That's his job. A job is his job. He pushing clothes.
So we go to this Chinese restaurant. We sitting there eating. It's a chick. What's up, Ursula? Shout out to Ursula. There's a chick there. Boom. And the guy that I recognized was Mekhi Phifer. You know what I'm saying? He was like a producer, a first AD on the videos, because when he did his first movie, he loved being around production, so he just always wanted to be working.
After Clockers.
This is after Clockers. All he had done was Clockers at this point. So, so he was cool. Shout out to Spike. He was cool. So he went to the bathroom, and I followed him in the bathroom because I was like, yo, I gotta be honest. I gotta tell him because
scary moment.
You know what I'm
for
saying?
him.
Yeah, he taking a piss. I'm pulling out a headshot. Like, what kind of freak? Yo, yo, dude,
Malik, that was his first Me Too movement.
Look, it's me. Look, give me a second, brother.
Yo, I told him that I came to be an extra in the video. He said, listen, forget about that. Be a PA. I didn't know what he was talking about. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. I said, okay, cool. So when he got out of the bathroom, he said, yo, Malik is going to be a PA. They gave me headphones. I'm telling A+ boys, no, we need two. We need two. All right, stop right there. A+ boys are getting mad at me because I wouldn't let him go upstairs.
Hey, give a nigga a rope.
Yeah. Yo,
I turned security.
Yeah, I was security. But I was doing whatever, you know what I'm saying? So we stayed there till like 4 in the morning. Mekhi gave me his number. He said, yo, you want to do another video? I was like, yeah. So we exchanged numbers. That was real dope.
So Mekhi just out of know, you're a dude he don't know.
We connected. I didn't know, but we connected.
He got attacked in the bathroom.
More black people need to do
What
that.
did he do?
No, more black people.
He did a great thing because it started a great friendship for sure. Right. I mean, but it took years to build that friendship because there was a big gap in between that. Because after that, I got the Fat Farm job. After that, I got the Fat Farm job, and then Mekhi called me one day. This one. You know, you didn't have cell phones. He called me on my house phone, my sister's phone. I was living in the basement. He called me like, yo, this is Mekhi. Yo, what up? Life is good. I was listen, like, yeah. He's like, yo, you want to do another video? I'm like, yeah. We never did that video. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, the next time I met Mekhi, I was living in Los Angeles. I had moved here. It was like a year or two later.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's kind of like, that was the beginning, meeting somebody that was famous or semi-famous at the time. You know what I mean?
Shit, Mekhi Phifer famous?
At that time?
Yeah, well, he did.
At that time, he was on the cusp.
He's big now.
He was recognizable, but now,
you know, put it like this. And every Spike Lee movie, whether you like it or not, is a big movie in black culture.
Right.
So Clockers, which was dope, Delroy Lindo, he killed that shit. You know what I mean? The little kid, I don't know who he is, but I still remember him. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the little kid, packs your groceries.
Hassan Johnson.
I don't know.
Bunch of Heidi Cartel.
Yup. Nah, Clockers was a dope ass flick. Yo, he got this one shot in there. It's like a 10-minute shot. Mekhi's walking down the street. Matter of fact, he's following the little kid walking down the street across against the projects. Boom. Here come Mekhi. This way. They dap each other up, say what's up. They keep on going. He keeps following the little kid. Mekhi's going this way. Little kid keeps on going. Now he goes up the block. A car comes into the frame. Boom. Catches the car. Follows the car all the way over. The car parks. Out the car, Delroy Lindo and the other cop, detective, hop out the car. Walk in to a shop. they've been inside of a store the whole time, and then they proceed
know
to
what they call
interrogate the barber.
That's the one shot.
The one shot.
That's the one shot.
One of the
Super
dopest
one shot.
shots, man. I was here one late night just watching. I was like, oh my God, this shit is crazy. This is such a brilliant shot because every second of it, was definitely my phone. But every second of that shot was just brilliant. There was something going on. And the colors, and you know a Spike Lee shot. It's just
for sure.
It just pops. You know,
for sure.
Big up to Spike Lee.
Big up to Spike, and big up to Makai. You know, Makai was one of those people that I latched on to him because he was doing what I was dreaming about doing. He was doing what I wanted to do. Right. So I asked him the most naive question ever. Because he was so cool. Can I get an autograph? Nah, when I moved out here, he would come.
Be like you.
No, when I moved out here, me and him, we was the only ones that we knew that had two-way pagers. Nobody had the two-way pagers. Right. You know, we beam each other. And nobody had that shit. And
a lot of people, well, at least at the club I threw, a lot of people had
they was from New York too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Makai would come and pick me up, and we would go play golf and bowling. I was like, man, what the fuck is this? I don't want to do. I want to know about acting. I want to know about the shit. But this was kind of the thing you're supposed to do, the thing you do for bonding. So one day I had a problem on a video set, and I called Makai and I went to his house and I was like, listen, man, I had this problem. This is what happened. This happened. He's like, yeah. He's like, that's all good. He's like, man, anytime you got a problem, you can come to me, you can talk to me. Don't, you know what I mean? But he's like, well, I was like, well, as a matter of fact,
I need $5.
Tell me about acting. Do you have to memorize? I was so green. I'm like, do you have to memorize the whole script? How does it work? Can you show me? Can you take me when you go to acting? And I really confided in him to take me every time he was acting in a movie, to take me with him, and he did just that.
But you would never know that if you didn't at least humble yourself and at least ask him those questions. You know what I mean?
I was at a breaking point though. You know, I was so frustrated with the music videos and then the treatment sometime with this particular artist. Hey, is that a
Oh, hey, yo, shout out to little Baby Soul.
Shout out to Soul.
That's right, Baby Soul.
Hey, he said, I want my voice recorded.
He's like, y'all having all the fun over there. You know what I mean?
Hey, do your job, guy. Pick him up and just spoil him a little bit, huh?
Hey, I thought bitter guy he's also the babysitter. The bitter babysitter.
Put on your backpack and strap him in, huh?
But you know, you gotta definitely give a shout out to Baby Soul. He's 5 months old. Soul means son in Spanish. It's SOL. And he's been real quiet this whole time. I was hoping he'd sleep longer, but but he definitely loves Uncle Mitch.
Yeah.
Uncle Bitter Guy. Wait, you just take off his clothes.
Hey, what you doing?
Wait,
what's he doing? There's a baby in the bedroom.
He's sweating like a hoe in church.
It's these lights.
It's the lights. All these lights.
Yeah, you know what?
One sock on, one sock off.
That's his thing. That was his idea.
I'm definitely not gonna. Yeah, we gotta make it through this show. We got about 3 minutes, folks, and we hope that these stories are definitely an eye-opener and inspiring to you to be able to you know what, this is what I want to do or this is not what I want to do, because some people aren't willing to do that, because nowadays millennials, you know what I mean, you know who I'm talking to. If this is you, that's just what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's certain
smack yourself.
Journeys and dues you gotta pay. That's what's missing with right now.
The dues. Damn right.
Nobody wants to pay their dues. Why? Because you think you can just film 100 videos and then
Cisco,
you know what?
Viral, Cisco, you know what? I'm gonna tell you the corniest thing. I used to watch people go to red carpet just to be on the red carpet. The corniest thing is to be famous just for nothing. To be famous and have nothing to talk about. That is so boring. And at the end of the day, when you're famous because you have things to talk about, you definitely downplay that thing. Because it's much more interesting when you play it that way.
Yeah. So
10 minutes. What do you mean
10 minutes? No, we got about
a minute. We got about some seconds.
We got.
My baby mama gonna come pick up the camera.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
10 minutes.
Bitter Man's baby mama's coming.
So Cisco, real quick, we're gonna have a lot of guests.
We're gonna have a lot of dope guests. We got so many dope guests that have, you know, even crazier stories, and we're gonna give you inside stuff that you never even heard of and also stuff that like, yo, I wonder how that went down, and these people know that, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, we look forward to having you guys tune in all the time. Acting Up Podcast. I'm your host, Cisco Reyes,
and I'm your host Malik Barnhart.
Yeah, and shout out to the bitter nigga. But this is Acting Up Podcast.
Why are you gonna say it like that? Why are you saying it like that, huh?